The public education system is under attack, and not by caring moms and dad who want the best for their children. Like the left wants you to believe, it's under attack by the left themselves. As we speak, a lawsuit is being filed against the Scottsdale Unified School District in Arizona after two parents discovered a secret dossier. What is up with that? A dossier? Dossiers on parents? This is insanity. The secret dossier was allegedly put there and put together by school board members and his dad. It included 100 gigabytes of information. There were social security numbers, financials, and even divorce records and other damaging information on parents who opposed critical race theory, mask mandates, and remote learning practices. And this is an obvious breach of trust. Clearly. When it came to light, the school district sent out a letter saying, quote, "Such activities are not within the purview of the Scottsdale Unified School District to control and are unrelated to the district's tasks. In other words, it's not our problem." Well, okay, it's someone's problem. Joining us now, someone who will make it a problem, Arizona Republican governor candidate Kari Lake. Kari, what is happening here? This is scary stuff.
It's really scary, Benny. You know, we saw a lot during COVID when our governor shut our schools down and really ushered cameras into the classroom via Zoom. And of course, we realized some of the curriculum that was being taught, and that encouraged a lot of parents to go in, show up at these meetings and start inquiring about what was being taught to the children, why it was being taught. As they asked questions in Scottsdale, this man, 27-year-old, he doesn't have any kids, he lives with his parents, and is the president of the school board, decided to make it his mission, it appears, to go after them, take pictures of them. There were pictures on that dossier, allegedly, of some of the young girls, 6-year-old, 10-year-old, 13-year-old girls that were the children of these parents who inquired. It's disturbing. We as parents should be able to step forward and inquire about what's being taught in our schools and have a say in what is being taught without being targeted by the school board.
Super creepy. I mean, it's not just our own federal government and espionage institutes targeting Americans, it's school board members. How dark are these people? Kari, you could potentially be governor of this state and overseeing people like this who are clearly violating the privacy of parents and creeping all the rest of us out. I mean, what would happen if you became governor to someone, an individual in this position?
Well, whenever I'm out campaigning, which is every day, all day, I always tell people, you got to pay attention to the entire ballot, not just the top of the ballot. I'll be on the top of the ballot, and I certainly hope that they will vote for me. But we need to take a lot of care and discernment as we choose who we're voting for down at the bottom of the ticket. Those races, the school board race, the county board of supervisors, those are the people who affect our lives every single day. They affect our children's lives. It's critically important we research who's running for school board. And you know what? I think a lot of parents are going to start running for school board. I know several moms who, after what we've been through the last couple of years, have jumped in and said, you know what? I'll run for school board, and I'll make sure that our kids are learning a proper curriculum to prepare them for the opportunities they have in the future.
Yeah. Kari, I'm told you have some video you want to show us about some type of protest concerning the abortion issue. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we, some of our young volunteers, we have a lot of young people who are joining into our campaign because they see the hope of the America First movement, and they know that if we bring those policies back, that we will have a really wonderful Arizona. Take a look here.
You want me to do it again?
You're on camera.
What is with the demonic energy here? This is, I mean, what?
Those were some of our young volunteers who are pro-life, and they were there to voice their opinion on the subject. They are staunchly pro-life, and I'm so proud of them. This is what we're up against, Benny.
It's really hard to watch. Why are these people so unhappy? Why are they always so angry? Every person I talk to on the right you know, you and I were both at Mar-a-Lago last night. We saw the happiness and the joy emanating from the MAGA movement and from the crowd there. Everyone had a smile on their face. You go to a Trump event, everyone's happy. You wander into a leftist event, I mean, you're likely to get physically injured if they find out that you disagree with them.
Oh, I mean, you saw the young lady. She was angry and she was spitting on right in the face of one of our volunteers. They had water and other liquids poured on them. It was just abuse, and it is almost demonic. It feels very evil. But can you imagine, Benny, having that much vitriol and being like that and supporting the killing of innocent babies in the mother's womb? It's just, I hope someday they wake up to what the lies they've been fed about abortion. It is not health care. It is the killing, it is the sacrifice, it is the execution of a baby in the mother's womb, and it's incredibly sad. When I'm governor, I want to make sure we spend our tax money helping young women and mothers who are nervous and afraid about a maybe unexpected pregnancy. We want to help them so they can make the best decision. They can either carry that baby through and be that mother that takes care of that baby, or we can help find adoption resources. But we plan to help scared, frightened women who find themselves pregnant, and we want to get them help. We want to encourage them to choose life like their mother chose life.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Great Reagan quote. All those who are in favor of abortion have already been born. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
Kari
I mean,
Lake.
think of those people screaming. I mean, their mother chose life for them, and they just need to do some soul searching and realize that all lives matter, including the unborn.
Yeah, any parent out there will tell you the spark of life. Your child was never a clump of cells. The spark of life was there from the moment you found out you were having a child. It is a gift from God. And Kari Lake, from your mouth to God's ears, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Benny.